Hello and welcome to the Rockies Now podcast. It is episode 112 of our awesome little podcast that we have and that we do together. It is good to see you guys. Our podcast, by the way, is powered by EPS Elevated Pulse Sports, the home for Denver sports and for diehards only. Guys, baseball is back. How are we feeling? First week, I'm going to start off with Sarah. Sarah, let's hand it off to you. How are you feeling right now?
I don't feel bad about it. I
Not too bad.
don't. Like,
Not too bad.
yes, there's been some frustration and everything, but honestly, this is so much more than what we really could have hoped to see. Just when you turn around and look at last year compared to first time with a positive run differential in 3 years almost. Um, Very close games. The pitching has looked pretty good relatively speaking. There's been a few little, like a couple bad innings here and there, but overall, pitching's been great. The offense is the only complaint I would have. Got to wake those bats up, but really, I feel good, especially after that Toronto series.
I mean, you got to feel good, especially after being against the defending American League champions. So there's, again, now that everything is kicking in, not everything is kicking on all cylinders or thriving all together. But again, we're only 6 games in here, people. Let's all take a chill pill and relax. Relax. Let's, as Aaron Rodgers did in an interview infamously, just chill. We got a long way to go. This is a marathon, not a sprint. So just don't walk toward the ledges just yet. Don't give up on the season just yet. We got months. We got a long summer ahead of us here. So, but again, there is still reason to be optimistic.
Yeah, I'm trying not to drink the purple Kool-Aid. And we've already gotten multiple comments from the Blue Jays series, from Blue Jays fans, telling us that it was Little that lost them the series. And I'm like, guys, yeah, he was bad, but still, you look at the Rockies pitching in that series, pretty darn good. Kyle Freeland, Ryan Feltner. Again, it sucks that he was taken out. Was it in the 4th inning, I think, by a line drive, 106 miles per hour off the bat, too, right at his glute. I mean, at that point, he's probably going to pitch at least 5 or 6 innings, Sarah. And it's just like, man. And Juan Mejia was good too. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's just like if Feltner stays in for the rest of that game, you're looking at a much more closer game than I think it would have been. It was 5-1. I mean, that's still not too bad, but you're going against Max Scherzer, guys. I mean, he's Mad Max. And again, we'll talk about the Blue Jays series in one moment, but I want to talk about the Marlins series. So again, game 1, it was exciting. Obviously, we did a watch party for that. I hope you guys were able to watch that and be a part of it. But game 1 was a little frustrating. Again, like Sarah, the offense, it just hasn't been clicking, even going to the Blue Jays. It hasn't done well. Minus game 1 against the Blue Jays. That was awesome. That was so much fun. But it's just like the Rockies would get on base and they would either get into a double play, or either they would just hit a line drive. It would be, the positive would be like a hard line drive, but it would be at somebody. That was the most infuriating thing about the whole situation.
That has been one good thing. Like, they're hitting the ball hard,
and it's in play.
It's finding somebody.
Yeah. It's just that, especially in game 2 and game 3, we saw, well, even game 1, we saw some strikeouts. But one thing I will say, though, again, we're kind of already going into the Blue Jays series already, but the strikeouts, yes, we did strike out, 17 times in game 3 against the Blue Jays. The Rockies are actually not striking out that much, which is a huge positive. Not to mention, we're seeing Jake McCarthy stealing bags. We haven't seen a Rocky of a long time, probably since Charlie Blackmon when he was a younger guy, when he was in his prime. I mean, I think, Tom, doesn't McCarthy already has 4 or 5 stolen bases already? Something like that?
Yeah,
4 bags already.
And then not to mention, we're seeing Jordan Beck. We're seeing almost everybody that has speed try to get steal bags, which we never saw under the Bud Black, Bill Schmidt era. They were not aggressive on the base pass. The Rockies are finding ways, and this is, guys, this is no question. This is Paul DePodesta baseball, and I'm loving it. Well, again, the offense will, for the most part this year, there's been times where I want to pull my hair out because it's like, score some runs. Our pitching is doing great. We need to score runs.
Get these guys across. They're stealing the bags. You got to bring them home.
Yeah. And
there were so many moments where it was just like, you have to bring that guy in.
And just to give you an update, McCarthy is in a 3-way tie for first with Nico Horner and David Hamilton as the Brewers.
go.
Hey, we'll take that. Even though McCarthy is doing horribly offensively in terms of average, he did get a hit in Game 3, I think, which was crucial. But which I think actually was the reason why we actually got on the board, because Troy Johnston got that single, and I think McCarthy had gotten to second base because of that stolen base, and he was able to score. So hats off, great job there by McCarthy. But yeah, I mean, the first 3 games, it was just unlucky, but also just unfortunate because, again, the Rockies would be hitting the ball hard. It would be either at somebody or, again, in like Game 3, again, Sarah and I were talking about it in the studio. It's just that route by McCarthy. I know a lot of people said that was a bad route, and you could argue it was, but at the same time, though, I think it just caught McCarthy off guard because I obviously on video it looked like, Sanoha hit it really well, and he did. But I think for McCarthy, McCarthy thought that he didn't hit that hard. Oh, therefore it's going to be a lazy fly ball. But then all of a sudden you can see McCarthy's like, oh crap, and then he realized, jumped, tried to reach up, went over his glove, and he almost caught it if he would have been slightly positioned a little bit differently. But it was just unfortunate. It was unlucky. But again, one nice thing that we saw, especially in the Marlins series, the pitching was phenomenal, and of course in the Blue Jay series, but the pitching has been phenomenal. Kyle Freeland was great in Game 3 yesterday against the Blue Jays. Game 1, obviously, he had a rough start, not the greatest, but he was able to
one bad inning.
Yeah, one batting really, and that really hurt him. And and finally, I think was it yesterday for Kyle Freeland start against the Blue Jays. That was the first Rocky start this year by a pitcher to go past 5 innings. So that's a positive. He got was it a quality start or not quite? Not quite. He was getting close, but he was not quite.
You have to go 6 innings and give up 3 or less earned runs.
Yeah. But Marlins series again, it was frustrating because we were just 1 out away. Because if you remember, Troy Johnston made a great catch on a line drive right to him and got the double play. And I'm like, there we go. We're going to win the game today. And then the next hit is Sanoha, who gets a double. And then Owen Casey comes up. I'm like, oh, boy. Because Casey had a really good series up to that point. I'm like, oh, boy. We got to get him out here. We cannot allow a double. We can't allow a hit because, I mean, if they get a hit, hey, it's not the end of the world. It's going to be a tie ball game. We're going to extras probably. But then it was right over the plate. Vodnik left it like up there. But also, again, Owen Casey, great prospect, great young player, just got all of it and just hit it into the bullpen for the Rockies, and that just sucked. So that was frustrating. But it was definitely a tough pill to swallow. But don't get me wrong, guys, and I think we all can agree that was still a pretty hard fought series by the Rockies, much more competitive. Again, all 3 games in that series were via 1 runs by the difference if you look at the runs. So the Rockies fought well in that series against Miami. It's just like I was scared that we were probably going to be 0-6 heading back home because you're going against the Blue Jays. They had just swept the Athletics. So it's like, oh boy. But yeah, overall thoughts on the Marlins series, guys. I think, again, we could all agree that it was a well-fought series. It was just unlucky. The Rockies got unlucky.
Yeah, really should have walked out of that with 1 win. Of course, all it took was 1 pitch. Well, I mean, a couple, but I think that there were a lot of positives to take away from that series. People look at the final score and go, they're not winning games. This is a rebuild team.
Yeah.
What you're looking for is progress. You're looking to see, what these guys are doing differently. You're looking to see improvement in certain areas. I think as the season progresses, I still firmly feel 65 to 70 wins is entirely possible. The offense has got to wake up. If the pitching can stay where it's at, I think there's a pretty good shot to really make a big jump here. And I saw Grant's comment. I bet Halverson wouldn't have blown that homer. He probably would have walked the guy with the way he's been pitching.
Yeah.
In Albuquerque, he does have a save already. But he went to AAA for a reason.
Yep.
They wanted him to get right. They wanted to get those walks down. And that was another thing that they pointed out at the end of the Blue Jay series was the number of strikes that Kyle Freeland threw in that 3rd game. So a lot of really good takeaways.
Well, the key thing is that he's attacking the strike zone, whereas sometimes what he would do in the past, and the reason his walk rate was sometimes high and he would allow too many runs, is he would try to get too cute, I guess is the right way to say it, and he would try to nibble around outside of the strike zone, and he wouldn't fool anybody. So the key thing, especially in the game yesterday, he was really attacking, especially with his slider. I really like that, especially when he was going into right-handed hitters. He again, that's the thing, and that's the key. And the one thing is, we've had one blowout, but it's been in our favor, which I think we should be happy about. Whereas the losses have been within. Well, the worst loss was 4 runs, but 4 runs or less, that's pretty something very to be proud of. And again, I know a lot of people were frustrated with the opening day, but we almost got to Fairbanks. It's not like he was struggling a little bit with his command. He did have a good inning to close it out, but he was struggling, and it seemed like we were going to take advantage of that, but we didn't. So, and again, one thing I want to highlight, especially in the blowout, when Dollander, even though he gave up 4 runs, he managed to grind out 4 innings. At his young age, in a situation like that, you're coming in a blow. Again, they were well ahead at that point, and he still not only went through 1, but through 4 innings. And yes, he did give up 4 runs, but a young pitcher like that would, I think, have imploded. And that's when I think Warren would have went right out there and got him. But at the same time, I think that's very encouraging to see from somebody who, I don't know if he's going to join the rotation this year. I think it's good that with Quintana out, they're not just saying, okay, Chase, you're going into the rotation now. I like that they're keeping him where he is and let him just find what his routine is, and let him settle in. I think, again, and we talked about this, they forced him into the rotation last year. Whether they rushed, you can agree to disagree with me whether they rushed him or not, but I think they were forcing him into something he was not ready for. So again, I like what they're doing with him now. Let him find his niche, let him find his groove, so to speak, and just see where he goes from there. But again, this is very encouraging. And again, let's all just chill out.
Yeah, I saw, I'm not going to mention their name, but I saw a local radio show in Denver talk about Charlie Condon and how the Rockies are making a horrible mistake by not calling him up for opening day. And they blamed it on service time. Oh, the Rockies, well, they don't want to bring him up because of service time, and that, it's just like, guys, that is one of the worst takes I've ever heard. The Rockies are not keeping him down there because of service time. It's because they already have guys that can play first base right now, that are ready, that are capable of contributing right now. And we're seeing that from both Troy Johnston and TJ Rumfield. And not to mention, again, we've talked multiple times on this show, we do not need Condon right now. Again, it sounds harsh. We need to treat Holiday and Condon with kid gloves. Like, we're not in a rush, guys. And this show, I mean, this one person that said that, I'm like, you clearly, no offense, but you clearly do not watch baseball. Like, it's just
there's been a lot of really bad takes from a lot of big names in Denver sports media here lately. Like, I sit there and watch and I'm like, you know what?
Have you watched any of the games? Yeah.
But how are you getting paid to do this? Like,
Well,
do you even watch? Like, you obviously don't like this team. Like, that's what it is. You don't like the team, and that's fine. But you shouldn't be covering them at all. Like,
or I'll add to your point, Sarah. Not only are you not watching the games, you understand the intricacies of how prospects are handled the right way.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying that prospect development is linear, or it doesn't work. The same doesn't apply to everybody. But listen to this. After yesterday's game, here this stat slash. This is for TJ Rumfield. He is batting .429, .478 with .619 slug. I know that's only 6 games, but the fact that people aren't seeing that, understanding that that means we don't need Condon up immediately is one thing, but B, the guy's not ready for the big leagues. I mean, for a sec, it took him about a year and a half just to acclimate to pro ball life, whether that's also adjusting to life, playing every day and having limited off days, but also, I mean, Lewis, when he was on here, he and I had an in-depth discussion of how, it takes a while for some guys to adjust from aluminum to wood bats, going from college to the pros. It's an adjustment. It's not exactly the easiest thing to do. So, he's killing it in Double-A, but that doesn't mean we're going to make him skip Albuquerque. I mean, let's think about this for a second here. And again, it is very encouraging, even though 6 games, seeing TJ do what he's done so far. It's definitely something that we should be thankful for, or we should be excited about, and just support that route. But again, last thing I'll say is we know this front office is not going to rush people. I think it's safe to say they're taking their time with these guys, which is why they've signed several veterans. Again, last thing I'll say, I know we don't like Willie Castro at the moment, but listen, he serves a good veteran purpose as a veteran. I like that he's here. It's helping buy some time. So
yeah,
say what you want.
Yeah, as we head into the Blue Jay series, again, we're going to recap this very quickly. But yeah, I mean, Wild, yeah, take those 14 runs on Monday and spread them around the road trip. Yeah. I mean, Chris was saying it on our social medias and on the Rockies social medias as well. Chris was saying that we could definitely be either 3-3 or 4-2 right now. Just again, Austin Slater in the Marlins series, when he gunned down Jake McCarthy, I mean, that guy doesn't have a great arm. But he nailed the throw, and we watched that live, and we were like, how did that guy make that throw and make McCarthy's speed? Man. So again, Marlins series, Rockies fought hard. It's just unlucky, but also the Marlins are hot right now, which again we talked about in the studio prior to the show. They'll probably fall down to earth. Again, I like the Marlins. I'm a Marlins guy. I love their uniforms, especially love the throwbacks, Tom. Right? I mean, the Florida Marlins hat, love it. Keep that permanently. Please. But yeah, no, the Marlins are playing great ball right now. But yeah, I agree with Wild. And then, so yeah, Monday, Rockies. It was just funny seeing Taylor Heineman come into the pitch in the 8th inning. But it makes sense. Obviously, the Blue Jays don't want to use all their bullpen arms. But I'm like, man, this is fun. But also it's just like, hey, Rockies, don't let off the foot off the pedal. Keep pushing. Score 20, score 30. Do what they did to us last year.
Oh gosh.
And it was so much fun. And again, it's just like Doyle was still in that cold rut. Again, he got, I think, 2 hits. But it's just like, we should have at least tried to hit bombs off of Heineman. And it's just like, we should have scored at least close to 20. But I think the Rockies were like, hey, we're going to win this game. And again, Dollander, a little concerning. Obviously, he was very upset. You can see he yelled in his mitt when the game was over. He was so mad. But again, those games will happen. Again, somebody was mentioning this is the first time Dollander has pitched out of the bullpen since college, sophomore year, when he was in Tennessee. So again, it's just his first start of the year or first appearance of the year, not concerned. Yes, games like this will happen. Yes, they're still developing for Dollander. But again, he had 4 strikeouts, and he struck out, I think, George Springer as well. So that's pretty good. So yeah,
also, yeah. Just real quick to interject, I think it's also encouraging that Bernardino and Herget have not given up a run yet.
Fingers crossed, knock on wood.
I guess. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's the knock on wood for you. Sorry.
There we go. Let's go.
Please.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, game 1 was awesome. Yeah, and it was just like, oh man, all we needed is win one more, and we got the series. Game 2, again, great start by Feltner. Again, unfortunately that he got hit in the glute on a 106-mile-per-hour pitch off the bat. I still think more than likely Rockies probably still lose that game, but at least I think it would have been a little bit closer. Maybe I don't know, 2-1 game again or 3-1, but. It is what it is. It was bound to happen against the Blue Jays. But,
I don't know, because I kind of feel like if Feltner doesn't get hit, you get 6 out of him.
You might. I mean,
5 or
I agree
6.
with
Yeah.
Plus, also,
The way he was pitching, I feel like 6 would have been reachable.
I think we also should. I just want to give a little bit of props to Jeff Hoffman for striking out the side yesterday against us.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I'm not trying to take a side of him, but it's good to see that. It's good to see that he's thriving. I feel good for the guy.
Yeah. I'm still upset that he gave up the World Series home run to Miguel Rojas last year. I was so mad, but no.
I mean, it wasn't a horrible pitch. It was just a little too high.
Yeah.
And my coworkers got to witness me melting down in real time over the game yesterday. I was just like, nobody moved. The Rockies just took the lead. I need you all to just keep doing exactly what you're doing right now for the next 4 outs.
Yeah.
Don't move.
Nobody move.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So game 2, it was definitely. I think it was. But again, you're going against Max Scherzer, and the Rockies have just never have really done well against him. Maybe in 2017 when the Rockies played the Tigers at Coors Field. I think I remember one time Arenado hit a home run against him, but yeah. And then of course game 3 yesterday. That was an interesting game because again the Rockies struck out 17 times yesterday. Reminds me of the 2019 game against the Red Sox against Chris Sale, Tom's guy Chris Sale, when we struck out 17 times as well. but we won that game in extra innings also. And so it's just like kind of interesting there. But ultimately, great job by the Rockies just to stay in that game. Again, great start by Kyle Freeland. Man, like 6 strikeouts, knuckle curvers working, and we're starting to see him throw that more, which I love, which he needs to be throwing that more because I feel like the Rockies introduced that to him like a year or two ago, but he wasn't throwing it as much. Now he's starting to throw it, and it's arguably become one of his best pitches. And we saw that in a big way yesterday. And Freeland nails. And then, again, Jimmy Herget. We saw Antonio Senzatella come out and shoving again. Like, what world are we living in, guys? Like, I love it. Like, keep doing this. And again, that might unfortunately change because, again, Quintana got moved to the IL today. But I don't think it's going to be very long. It's only a 10-day stint. So it doesn't seem like a serious issue, or at least I hope it's not. But yeah, man, Senzatella looks great. And, of course, Jimmy Herget gets the save. But, yeah, it's been awesome to see it again. It just I'm on that high right now of like, oh, man, are the Rockies going to be fun? And that's the title of the episode today. Are the Rockies going to be a fun team to watch in 2026? And so, again, don't get me wrong. I'm drinking the purple Kool-Aid right now. The Rockies are still going to be a bad team this year. Don't get me wrong. But they're going to be, as Chris said a few weeks ago, they're going to be normal bad. They're going to be a 65 to 70 win team. So, Chris, if you're watching, I got that from you, okay? So
you're running with that.
I'm running with that. So yeah. So I don't want people to come away from the show and saying, "Oh, Steven said the Rockies are going to be good." No, I didn't say that. I just said they're going to be a little bit more fun to watch on TV rather than, like as Tom says here, less bad in the comments. I agree, Tom. That's the word I'm looking for. The Rockies will be less bad. They're still going to be bad, but they're going to be less bad. But yeah, no, it's been promising first 6 games. Again, 2-4. I think a lot of us, especially for those who are watching the comments, I think we could all agree that we were potentially looking at an 0-6 heading to Coors Field for the home opener.
I think that's what we all thought was going to happen.
I'm like, here we go again. We're going to have another horrible start. And again, before I hand it off to Tom and Sarah here, and again, we'll get to these comments. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Grant. And thank you, Wild, for the comments. But the Rockies obviously won their first series of the year. Not only that, it's their first ever series win in Toronto. And thirdly, it's, not only their first series win of the year, but, obviously, which is important. But last year, guys, the Rockies didn't win a series until the first week of June, and that was in Miami. Because last year swept the Marlins. And so obviously the Marlins got payback. Okay. And the Rockies got payback against the Blue Jays, even though the Blue Jays swept us last year. We didn't sweep the Blue Jays, but the Rockies got some payback. But it just shows you progress. That's all we need to see. We don't necessarily need to see a Rockies team win 70 or 80 games. We just need to see progress. And we're seeing that slowly already in the first week, which is awesome.
Yeah, to your point about Freeland yesterday about the knuckle curve, that was the pitch he most often. He threw 25 knuckle curves, he threw 24 fastballs, and then mixed the other 4 or 3 or 4, give or say. But the key thing also, looking at his baseball savant page for his start yesterday, he threw quite a few ground balls and he limited the fly balls as well. So that's also encouraging. He's keeping the ball down. Again, he's not a strikeout pitcher. He's not going to strike out 200 or more in a season, but it was very encouraging. Also, I think also, again, the offense is not exactly setting the world on fire. I know that, except for in our 14-5 victory, but it's just nice to see some of the younger guys taking smarter bats. Again, the OBP is not high, but also one thing I want to mention back to the stolen bases. Right now, we are second in Major League Baseball in stolen bases behind the Milwaukee Brewers. They have 15, we have 9, and the Cubs, Astros, and Royals are tied for third in a 3-way tie for third with 7. So, again, we're busy. I mean, like we've talked about, Warren Schaefer, if you figure out the move, you give him the green light, let him run. And, it's like, Doyle, our guys are likely to rely on Doyle, Tovar. They're slow starting, but they've done this before. It's still early, but it is encouraging. And Max Scherzer, people thought he was washed. In some cases, he's still a bit of an ageless wonder. He's still got that, which eye do you want to look at? Do you want to look at him in the brown eye or the blue eye when you stare at him? And Bryce Harper would always joke and say, I'm looking at the brown eye. I'm not looking at the blue eyes. Forget the blue eye. So
the blue eye is terrifying.
Oh, it's absolutely terrifying. It would scare the daylights out of me.
It's inhuman. That's what it is.
Well, it's like, yeah, I mean, if you stare at the blue eye, that's probably the key. Is like, hey, guess what? I'm going to bean you, man, or I'm going to pitch you inside and try and get you to move.
Like
But
the blue eye is like not even. It's it's almost the color. It's like the City Connect, the color of the top of the City Connect jersey behind Steven. It's like such a weird shade of blue that it just looks. I can't like. I'm with Bryce. I'm looking at the brown eye.
It kind of blends in with his eye. So all you see is a tiny little black dot in the middle for his pupil in his eye. That's all you really see. It's weird. But again, it is still good. Now, when we come home now, we'll talk about the upcoming homestand against two teams that are going to be, it could give us quite a fit. I'm not sure if Bryce Harper is going to go for or take back his comment that he said several years ago. We don't need to rehash that history. But again, 2-4 again, like we said, I think most of us thought they were going to be 0-6 or 1-5 after these first 6 games. So it's not a bad spot to be. I can tell you some teams that are in worse shape than they are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I want to talk about again. Sorry to cut you off there, Sarah, but I wanted to. Tom puts it out here. TJ has been fantastic, and that leads us to our second segment here. We have a couple players that we want to talk about before we finish off with the Philly series here. Again, we're going to try to get you guys out of here tonight early for those who are in the comments. But TJ Rumfield, and again, we kind of touched on him briefly, but one thing that's positive to see, Tom and Sarah, is that he had a great spring, but he's carrying that over into the regular season because sometimes we see great springs from players like Jordan Beck last year. Great spring, horrible start to the year last year. Like I don't think he got his first hit until like the A series, like the first home series of the season. We're seeing TJ, man, he's hitting the ball. And not to mention, I forgot to mention, and maybe somebody already mentioned in the comments. I'll have to double check. But the Rockies are walking too. They're taking walks, and it's just like this is so nice to see. But TJ, his plate discipline, I know he's striking out a little bit more, obviously, than spring training. But TJ's plate discipline has been very good. I feel like very mature. I feel like we're seeing like TJ. He's played in the big leagues already for a few years, and this is his first week in the big leagues. And he's the Rockies' best hitter right now, I think, on the team next to Tovar and Troy Johnston. But TJ, as Tom says here, TJ's been fantastic. I love seeing that. Again, I was mentioning to my brother, again, coming over from the Yankees organization. Couldn't really play first base anyway this year because, again, you have Paul Goldschmidt, you have Ben Rice. There's really no place to have him in the future because, again, Ben Rice is looking like the first base of the future for the Yankees, right? And Paul Goldschmidt's probably his last year, one would assume. So TJ is kind of like a diamond in the rough find for the Rockies, a really good find for the Rockies. And you look at his numbers, and again, he's playing for the Yankees, and you have, I guess, pressure because you're in the Yankee system, and you have to be like that guy because in the Bronx, they love their baseball. Where here, TJ can just relax, be himself, and we're seeing him being one of the hottest rookies to start the year in Major League Baseball, which you love to see. So TJ has been awesome. Again, Tovar staying hot after the WBC. We're starting to see him become the leader and the guy that Rockies fans have wanted him to become, and we're slowly seeing that. He's still striking out a little bit because, again, there was a couple swings in the Blue Jays series. I'm like, Tovar, you shouldn't be swinging at that, man. Like, what are we doing? Yeah. But again, he's starting to become that guy again. Defensively, though, another Gold Glove type of year coming in for Tovar. I mean, he made a couple really amazing plays this week, both in Miami and Toronto. But that the one in the first game that was hit by, I want to say it was Vladdy. That was just phenomenal. Outfield grass. That was beautiful. And then, of course, again, Troy Johnston, our guy. We're big Troy Johnston fans over here on the Rockies Now pod. Man, it's so good to see him because he didn't have a really good spring. He was striking out quite a bit, but he's looking great. He's been one of the reasons why the Rockies have actually been playing decently well on the offensive side. Even though the Rockies offense has really been sticking it up a little bit, he's been a bright player to watch. So yeah, that's been cool.
Yeah, the Tyler Freeman injury ended up being a little bit of a blessing in disguise because it gave Troy that shot that he probably was not going to get. And he's really come out and he's earned the right to stay here, which, kind of leads to everything that's been happening. And bless Tyler Freeman for coming back when he did, man.
Yes. What a huge hit.
Saved us yesterday. Yeah. I'm so glad he's back. If I may walk out of Coors Field on Saturday with a Tyler Freeman jersey. I don't know. But glad to have him back. But I think, if he isn't having that issue, we're not seeing what Troy Johnston's doing right now for sure. And I'm really glad he got the shot. He's been super impressive. You're right. We got 3 guys that are pretty hot right now, even though we're seeing a lot of really solid contact. If we had a way to just get McCarthy into pinch run every game instead of the bat hasn't been great.
Yeah.
But when he's getting on base, he's getting stuff done. And that's what we need. We just need a little bit more out of him, though, at the plate. But I mean, TJ Rumfield, like we can't. There's been a lot of talk already. If he can keep this up, is he a Rookie of the Year candidate? I think that's a solid argument. If he
got to do
keeps
the
going,
odds. We got to find the odds for that.
Well, just the issue.
I mean, I'm not a better person, but
think about him with a prospect who has a hot start. The league is going to start adjusting to him. Now, the question is going to be, can he adjust backwards and adjust his strategy when the league figures him out? That's always the most challenging window for most prospects. So he hasn't hit that yet. So again, I think he can do it. Again, he's got that raw power for sure. And I love his defense at first base too, being the fact that he's nothing against the other guy options we have, but he's much taller than the options that we currently have for first base. So
Wild says, I think I even struck out in that third Blue Jays game. Yeah, we all did, man. We all did.
If you watched that game, you struck out at some point in time, man.
Kevin Gossman, dude. He's so good.
Colorado native.
Colorado versus Colorado guy in that game. And Kyle Freeland, the better man, came out at the end of the day.
Him and Dylan Cease, they're gonna lead that rotation to great things this year.
Yeah. Jonathan says, he's in the chat. Welcome in, Jonathan. I like TJ so far. I hope he can succeed. Yeah, man. I mean, again, we're talking about TJ. He's having a great start, and he could be, if this continues, he could be in that Rookie of the Year conversation, just like Nolan Jones was in 2023. He finished 4th that year, even though he should have finished 3rd. But yeah,
we're surprised why the Yankees gave him up. They didn't have a spot for him. He was blocked.
Yeah, he didn't have a place to play. And I think this year was probably going to be the year he was going to make his debut. It's just there's nobody. And I think the Rockies, or maybe the Yankees, were like calling people, but I think the Rockies were like, hey, we like this guy. And it is so far panning out. Again, you'd like to see that he's being consistent, was good in spring training, and he's having a great start. That's something that I feel like for a lot of Rockies fans, we don't see that often. But we're seeing it from TJ, and again, play discipline has been great too. And Tom said it in the comments, solid defense too. So, again, we're gonna kind of wrap up that second segment before we start heading talking about tomorrow and the rest of the series. But I want to answer maybe a couple of these comments here. We got Jonathan again. He says, "I like the improvement in the pitching so far, and what I saw from my goat Chase Dollander. Yeah, again, he got roughed up a little bit in game 1, gave up 3 or 4 home runs. But again, it's just." Coming out of the bullpen, not used to it. He hasn't done that since, I believe, again, his sophomore year of college, which was a long time ago. So not used to that, but, he'll be fine. Wild says, I might have also played first base. Yeah. And
Lux that was wild.
Yeah. And then we got Lux here. Good to see Lux. I'm going tomorrow and Saturday. So, Lux, you might be able to see Sarah on Saturday for the hoodie giveaway. Again, I was talking to Sarah. That's a pretty good looking hoodie.
I like it. Yeah. I have that. I have the road gray. Well, I wore the road gray for the watch party, but it'd be nice to have it in hoodie form.
I don't have that jersey. I don't have the gray jersey. Yeah. Again, I don't think I can show on my camera here, but I have the City Connect right here. Then I have what do I have? I think I have the purple jersey and I have the white jersey, Ryan McMahon jersey. But the only jersey I don't have, I technically don't have the official on-field black vest jersey because I just have the Todd Helton giveaway thing that they gave a couple years ago. That's not technically a jersey for me. I want the actual jersey. But yeah, I don't have the black vest or the road grays. So maybe eventually
you gotta go to Rockies Fest next year. There were a couple of the vests in the garage sale. There weren't many, but there were a couple of them.
Hey, Chris Bryant ones that hey, those are probably gonna be on the shelves sooner rather than
later. I'd buy it. There was
I would too. Again, I love
road gray. I wanted that so bad.
Yeah. Whole team needs a hitting session with TJ. Not gonna lie. Yep. And Tovar needs to stop. Yep. Yeah, needs to stop doing that. vibes are optimistically, cautiously up. I don't think I would still be saying that 1 week if I knew we would have been swept by the Fish. Yeah, I mean, again, I was like, hey, this, again, one series in, I was like, hey, there's progress, there's improvement that we can see. But yeah, I agree with Fishy here. Like, I was like, oh boy, again, we were going to be 0-6 probably heading into the home opener. But now the Rockies are 2-4, and hey, we're not the worst team in baseball, guys. And 1 weekend, we're not the worst team. That's going to definitely help your team. And again, we're seeing the Warren Schaefer effect, Sarah, on the Rockies. And man, again, follow Sarah and Tom on Twitter. But I saw your post, Sarah, on Twitter yesterday. It's just like you love to see Warren Schaefer smile. Like he is just he's loving
Happy
it.
Warren is my favorite. I love
Warren,
it.
yes, yeah. But man, I'm so excited. Again, I think that was the right call for the Rockies to bring him on as manager. It makes sense, and you can see why the Rockies like him. The good Rockies, not the Bill Schmidt era Rockies. But yeah, I'm going through Tuesday. Okay. Wondering if they'll have 12. That is a good question,
That's
Wild.
cool.
I would definitely buy one. But I'm not sure if there's like a third party website. There might be, but I don't know. Maybe I would have to check on Fanatics because that's usually where I get my stuff at. If there's like any sort of,
I don't know that
merch.
you'll see them in the dugout store. I
Probably
doubt
not,
it.
unless if they were doing like a giveaway later this year and like surprise everybody. Hey, we're gonna give away Venezuela. They could do that. They could do that. So, or maybe
they did do a fan vote for which player is going to be on the City Connect.
Mm-hmm.
That was a tough call for me.
Imagine they go with like Chris Bryant.
I voted for Jordan Beck.
That's a good one. We haven't gotten. I don't think we've gotten any Jordan Beck bobbleheads, have we? Did we?
So either.
I don't think so.
It's only his second full season, so I don't believe so.
Yeah. But anyways, go ahead, Tom.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. No,
gotcha.
I was just agreeing with you. That's all.
Gotcha. All right. So tomorrow, home opener. I'll be going to that. It'll be my second home opening a day. Last year was my first one. Kind of a rough one to go because last year, guys, again, for those who are listening or watching, if you guys went to that as well, we all remember how cold it was. At first, I was like, driving down there, it wasn't snowing at all. It was just cloudy and cold. I'm like, hey, it's not too bad. I can survive. But if you've gone to a baseball game when it's really cold, and I know, Tom, you have, after a while, after sitting for a while, it's just like it starts to get worse and worse and worse. And I remember last year, I was shivering like crazy by the fourth inning. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it because I had the only warm clothing I had on. I had jeans, but that really didn't help me that much. I only had a hoodie on. That was it. And it was like 30 degrees, if not colder, and it was snowing. And I'm like miserable.
I went to game 2 last year as well, just like I'm doing this year. But and with that, oh man, I had a long sleeve, a hoodie, a jersey over the hoodie, leggings under my jeans, and I still could not feel walking to the parking lot after that game. My feet, I'm
frozen.
So glad I didn't face plant. I couldn't feel my feet at all.
Yeah, last year, oh my gosh. And then last year when I left the stadium, because again, that game went 11 innings. If you remember, it was like snowing outside. Like it was like a blizzard. And I'm like, what the heck, Colorado? And so the loss, that was a horrible loss. And I remember it was a horrible game. And there was a bunch of horrible calls by the umpire. That was just a horrible game overall. I was like, this is probably one of the worst gaming, if not the worst gaming experience I've ever had. So yeah, fortunately tomorrow looks like a better tomorrow. I think it's going to be sunny. I don't think we'll have to worry about any rain or snow. Thank goodness. It's actually going to be, I think, completely sunny. No, hardly any clouds as far as I know. It's just going to be a little bit windy, which I hate the wind, but it looks like 15 to 20 miles per hour. At least it's not like 50 or 60 like it was here in Colorado a few weeks ago. Oh, that was horrible. So tomorrow overall, it's going to be a classic Rockies opening day. Nice weather for the most part. It might be a little bit chilly, especially in the morning on the drive down there. So for those who are going tomorrow, like I am, make sure to bring like a hoodie, maybe some jeans. So that will be fun. So
here's your forecast for tomorrow.
Okay.
Let's see. It starts at 1:00 Mountain Time, right? Because I'm in Central, so I always get that mixed up. So 51 degrees at game time. Say the game goes to 5, it should be still about 50 degrees by the time the game's over.
Yeah.
I am I am concerned about Saturday though, because it's going to be about 56 when it starts.
Mhm.
Supposed to still be 50 by the time it ends, but I don't know. Last year
The
they,
low is going to be like 30 degrees, so it could be really cold by the
yeah,
game ends. But like, hey,
uh,
at least it's not going to snow or rain. That's the positive.
pack a hoodie.
Yeah, for
If
sure,
it stays in the
100%. Yeah,
50s, pack a hoodie and you should be
yeah,
okay. But
yeah.
whew,
There's nothing wrong with carrying an extra layer on yourself.
Mm-hmm. At
always.
least I won't have to. I won't because I think last year my brother brought a blanket for everybody in my family. So this year, probably just a hoodie. I have a feeling tomorrow, actually, during the game, especially if the sun's out, and if you're sitting in the upper deck, it actually might be really nice tomorrow. So, I'm going to bring one just in case. But yeah, yeah, Fishy. Yeah, Warren Schaefer puts this team in check and pushes the team to be better than and that's the thing, guys. Like, and we talked about it, Sarah. We talked about it. This team looks completely different from the Black Rockies. They're having more fun. They're more connected as a group, and I don't know. It's just he understands. I know there's been some questionable moves. I know there were some people upset about pulling who was it, Senzatella in game 2, I think. It was one of the first couple games, but it's just other than that, Warren Schaefer again. Like, this is his first year as a manager. Last year he had that tag on him for a brief period of time, but now he's officially manager. Like, again, you're gonna make mistakes, but Warren Schaefer, he has this team happy again and just having fun. So
I think, well, even if you're a rookie manager or not, you're always going to make mistakes. It's inevitable.
Yeah, I remember that, Grant. I was at the game last year. I remember that. And I thought, because that was the inning where I thought, hey, we're gonna get a walk off, bases loaded. I think there was like either one or no outs. We didn't score one single run, and that's what I'm afraid of tomorrow. Is like we look good offensively, like, hey, we're gonna win this game, and then we just don't score. And we are going against Aaron Nola, but I'd rather face Aaron Nola than Max Scherzer or who was pitching yesterday. Gosh, Gausman, yeah,
Kevin Gausman.
Or
yeah,
I would be thankful it's not Zach Wheeler.
Yeah.
Or the young sensation Andrew Painter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think we don't see Painter in this series, do we?
Fortunately,
because it's Luzardo on Saturday.
And
now I gotta wonder who's pitching on Saturday, because I was excited to see Quintana, and now who's it going to be?
Probably going to be Dollander, unless Biozo. I think that's his name. He's probably going to be bullpen guy. I don't think he's going to start.
The Phillies got Luzardo on Saturday.
Chase to start, I will be so happy. Like, I have. Chase is one I did not get to see pitch at all last season.
Last year,
every time we went, we were a day off from him. It was so frustrating.
It's Luzardo on Saturday and Walker on Sunday.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, I feel like Walker's done pretty well against us, but especially at Coors Field. We'll see. Yeah, TJ Rakefield, that's a good one. I might have to use that for a home run post for TJ this year.
Or a meme you could start is, it's a good day. It's a good day when you win and you see happy Warren Schaefer. And like turn like the smile.
I did find I think it was in our Rockies Now Discord. Again, if you want to join our Discord, it's in our bio on Instagram. So again, check that out. But somebody had this meme. I don't know if I can show it on screen. I might not be able to see this, but somebody shared a Mickey Moniak meme. Let me see if I can find it. Can I find it? I don't think I can. Anyways, I might post it eventually during the regular season, especially if Moniak hits a home run or something. But anyways, yeah. So I love that though. TJ Rakefield. Why do they have the Stars on such a short leash? Again, you're like, we're seeing this all around baseball. Like, pitchers are still working up their counts. Now I did see who pitched. Was it Perez that almost pitched 100 pitches on game 2? But like, even Alcantara, he was having a great game opening day. He only threw like 80 pitches. So again, they're working up their pitch count.
And he just threw a complete game. Was that yesterday?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Tom, against your White Sox.
Sorry.
But again, it's early in the season. Like, again, I don't want to see people saying, oh, the White Sox suck or the Rockies. Like, guys, take a chill pill. And I was telling Sarah, like, that Blue Jay fan in the series, and I'm sure for those who are listening or watching understand the shiny jacket guy, that was so annoying. I'm like, the guy acted like it was game 7 in the World Series, bases low, 2 outs. I'm like, dude, you're playing the Rockies second, and it's early in the season. You can chill out. So yeah, it's just yeah. Yeah. But anyways, Game 1 started tomorrow. Again, we kind of already went through Game 2, Game 3 already, who's going to be starting that. But Game 1 tomorrow is going to be Michael Lorenzen versus Aaron Nola. I'm excited for tomorrow because I feel like, no offense, I love Kyle Freeland. But almost, I feel like every single Rockies game I go to, Kyle Freeland is always starting. Because last year I went to, of course, I went to opening day. That was Ryan Feltner. But last year I went to the Tigers game in May. And of course, it was actually the day of the doubleheader. So I went to 2 games. But game 1 was Kyle Freeland. That's when we lost like 11-1. That was horrendous. And
I've never seen Kyle Freeland pitch either.
You haven't?
I haven't. None of the games I've been to. I've seen Marquez more times than I can even count.
See, for me, it's Freeland. Feltner. I've seen. I think okay. So if I do this my math correctly, I think tomorrow will be I want to say my 14th ever Rockies game. I think it's 14th. Out of probably half of those, like 6 or 7 of them, have been Kyle Freeland. I'm not even joking. So it's just like I'm ready to see somebody that's not Kyle Freeland. Again, I love the guy. I want to see somebody different. Unfortunately, we are with Michael Lorenzen. I'm excited for Michael Lorenzen tomorrow. Rockies debut at Coors Field. One of the reasons why he signed here is because he wanted to tackle the challenges of Coors Field. I don't want to get too far in my head. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to jinx it. And again, for people who are listening or watching, do this because I don't want to jinx you guys or the Rockies. But I'm excited for tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Good matchup. So, Wild says here, we had the Colorado High School showcase yesterday. Kevin Gosman, yes, Tyler Rogers. Yeah. That's right. He's in Toronto. Yeah, I forgot about that. Where's Trevor Rogers, his brother, twin brother? I need to look that up. Was he with the Twins last year? He might have. I wonder if he's in with the Twins.
You might be right.
He might still be with the Minnesota Twins.
Is it Taylor? Is that his name?
I think it's Trevor. There's Tyler and Trevor. I think it's Trevor Rogers. No, or is that the lefty?
I think Trevor Rogers is the one that they called one of the Twins, but he's not one of.
Oh yeah, I think it's I think you're right because I think Trevor Rogers is the guy that used to be the Marlins pitcher now with the Orioles. I think that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Anyways, the other brother to Rogers' brother. So, yeah, that's right, Wild. Yeah, tomorrow's WC Team Italy against each other. Nola and Lorenzen, they were both on Team Italy. But again, super exciting for tomorrow. Again, stay tuned to our social medias. We'll be posting that tomorrow. I'll be there again at the stadium. Sarah will be there on Saturday. So again, follow us on social media. Follow Sarah on social media. Follow me on social media. Or at least Rockies now. I'm not super active nowadays on my Instagram. I try to, but I'm more focused on Rockies now.
I'll be there in spirit.
We'll be there in spirit. Yeah, absolutely.
I got an extra ticket, Tom. We'll just
hey, Sarah has to take an extra ticket. Mail it over and fly over tomorrow or Saturday.
Let me check the availability on the red eye here. Let me just do that real fast and let you know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I again, I don't want to get too far in my head. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid right now, but the Rockies have not seen either 500 baseball or above 500 baseball since early 2023, guys. The Rockies have an opportunity here. If they can capitalize against the Phillies, who have had a bumpy start, 3-3, the Rockies could have a chance to go 2-3 this series, which would put them at 500. And if they sweep them, that would put them over 500. And that would be the first time since, again, 2023 that they've been above 500. So, right, hey, the opportunity is there. But at the same time, though, we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Again, this is a rebuilding year. Really, first year of a new rebuild, guys. So it's not like, we've been rebuilding for years. I get that. But this is a true rebuild. Again, we're not expecting a whole lot. We want to see progress, and we're already seeing it. So we'll take that. We'll take the wins whenever we can get them. But as long as we see progress, the Rockies are heading in the right direction. And I think we are doing that right now. So,
I would agree.
Yeah.
And we can just keep hoping that the rest of the NL West keep playing like they are. And I mean,
keep losing.
Right now, the D-backs are down to the Braves. Thank you, Matt Olson, for that home run.
Let's go. Rangers have lost 2 straight games. They lost a series to the Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and the Giants are beating the Mets right now, but the Mets have been something else. I don't know how
they had a good game one against Pittsburgh, but then they just have fallen flat on their face.
Some people think I was crazy predicting the Mets would finish 3rd in the division. Well, I said it, and I'll say it again. They don't have the pitching staff to get through a season.
Yeah. Yeah, Fishy.
It's not going to match. It's not going to match the Phillies or even the Braves. It's still. Don't doubt Chris Sale and his ability to lead that staff. Don't doubt him just yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a fun week. Obviously, it's been crazy. Like we're seeing some teams that's like they're in first place, like again the Marlins, and then we're seeing teams in fifth place. There's like the Red Sox, they're in fifth place, but again, not too concerned. We're seeing a lot of like 2-2 and 3-1, or 3 or whatever. Yeah, it's the first week of the season. It just can be a little bit weird. Then like the thing is, again, the Rockies are hanging on. It's not like they're down 0-6, because if the Rockies were down 0-6, you kind of already know. Yeah, it's going to be hard to climb up back to 500. You would have to go to like a 6-game winning streak, which the Rockies only had I think the highest was 4 or 5 straight wins last year. But so this keeps the Rockies, their hopes are high, the vibes are up, as the kids say nowadays. But yeah, it's just so nice to see. And again, Fishy says here in the comments, this is a moving forward rebuild. And that's all we can ask for. We'll take that. How soon does Ryan Ritter get back? That's a good question. Well, again, for those who missed it, Ryan Ritter was sent down today to Albuquerque in the it was one of the several moves today. Again, Jose Quintana has a hamstring injury. It doesn't seem super serious. At least I hope it's not. And so Ryan Ritter is going down to AAA. Again, 25 men on their 26-man roster, which you would assume our guy Mickey Moniak will more than likely be with the team tomorrow. Maybe be in the starting lineup. I would not be surprised if that happens. I think he's ready. We saw him both in Miami and in Toronto on the bench. I think they want him make sure take some time off. Don't rush. And hey, Mickey Moniak, guys, was one of our best hitters last year. And I think he finished second in home runs too. So we're getting a valuable bat coming back. So, and plus you're going against your former team, the team that drafted you. So I love a Mickey Moniak walk-off home run tomorrow. Anybody calling it? I don't know. Denver Magic.
I would be happier if it doesn't have to be a walk-off. Yes. Like, just let's get a Mickey bomb somewhere in the game.
I don't want to have a heart attack like what we did in 2024 when we were like, had that horrible inning, and I think we still had Carlos. I think that was when we still had Carlos Estevez. My goodness, and we blew that horrible lead, and then Ryan McMahon, bless his heart, hit the walk-off grand slam.
My computer wallpaper is Mac tossing the bat after that hit.
Oh, Fishy is calling it tomorrow. Moniak pulling a Freeman and delivering a clutch pinch hit. I love it.
That
tomorrow,
I'm here for.
Off the bench. Yeah. But hey, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Again, we just want to win. No matter what happens, we just want to win. We'll take if it's a walk-off or if it's a blowout win. We'll take either way. Even if it's a ugly loss, we'll be 3-4 tomorrow. At the end, we'll take it. And the last time when I went to a Rockies game, the Rockies won. I want to say it was back in 23, I think. So it's been a while. Ever since then, the Rockies have lost. Again, the Rockies have had bad teams. So this year's a little bit better team. Better hope.
24, I got lucky and I only saw one loss out of, I think I went to 8 games. I only saw one loss, and that was to the Dodgers, Charlie's last game. Kind of heartbreaking that had to end like that.
I wanted Charlie to hit like a walk-off or something, because I think Sean Bouchard did he pinch hit for him or something like that?
No, he wasn't there.
Oh, he wasn't a pinch. Okay.
He wasn't up by the end of the season. But I will say,
or maybe it was Sam Hilliard. I think it was Sam Hilliard. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember who pinch ran for him after he got that hit.
Oh, I think it was Beck. I remember it was Jordan Beck. That pinch hit for Blackman. Yep.
But I will say in 24, I went to 2 games in the Rockies-Phillies series. Both went very well. Even though I finally got to see a Bryce Harper home, the Rockies came back and won that first game. And I believe they won the other game that we went to as well. And that was the first game of the series was the one where Jordan Beck broke his hand. Don't want to see that happen. But
yeah. Hey.
Yeah, because we were following the Albuquerque game. Beck comes out of the game, and all of a sudden they pulled Sean Bouchard in the middle of the Albuquerque game, and then he was there the next day. So.
I remember that. Yeah, and it was the night when Jordan Beck injured his hand. It was the City Connect night. I remember they were wearing the Green City Connects. And actually, Sarah, that was the same series where Ryan Feltner got hit, and I think that was the same game too. because Ryan
Was
Feltner, when he
it?
got hit, I think it was the same game because again it was against the Phillies. Nick Castellanos hit Feltner in the head on that line drive, and Feltner was wearing City Connect. So I think it was that same game. I think it was the same game that.
I don't
So
remember that
Ryan
happening.
Feltner,
I
I think it was
remember Beck's injury because we were watching it. We were sitting right off the dugout on just a couple. I think we were in like the third row in the next section off the dugout, and when Beck was coming back in, you could see, like, we were watching, like, they were holding his hand, but you could see, and I was like, oh, that's bad. That's really bad.
Yeah. But I want to say again, if anybody remembers that, I want to say both Ryan Feltner got hit in the head on that line drive by Castellanos, and then Jordan Beck's injury happened in the same game. I might be wrong or it might be in this. It might be in the same series because the Rockies might have worn their City Connects twice in that series. I don't remember necessarily, but if anybody knows, let us know. Grant is wondering if we're wearing the City Connects tomorrow. Grant, that's a good question because again, you might have already seen this, and we already posted it on our socials. But the Rockies are going to be wearing their City Connects jerseys on Friday home games this year. Now, I don't anticipate them wearing it tomorrow. I could be wrong. Again, stay tuned. But because tomorrow's opening day, it's a special day. The Rockies have generally never ever worn City Connect jerseys on opening day, so I don't anticipate them wearing it tomorrow. Tomorrow will be an exception. Then, when they do wear their City Connects, it will be next Friday when the Dodgers, or the Friday after when the Dodgers come to town. That will be the first day. So, to answer your question, Grant, I don't think they will be wearing them tomorrow, but I could be wrong. We'll let y'all know. Again, follow us at Rockies Now. So.
On Feltner, that was in 23.
Okay, so it wasn't. Yeah. Okay, so yeah.
Fractured skull in 23.
Ooh, yeah. Again, that was scary. I mean, that's a deadly injury. Again, I remember
seeing
he was
happen.
on USA today. He was on like Good Morning America and everything. I remember the story was on it. I'm like, man. But yeah, Feltner needs to wear hockey goalie gear for real. Like again, he gets hit on a line drive and it's. Feel bad for helmet. And you can tell like he was like not happy after he got hit. Like when he got hit, obviously he's probably had the wind knocked out of him just because of the impact and everything. But it's just like I'm sure he was like, not this again. Like I'm tired of getting hit in the head, getting hit in the butt, and it's just like he's over it.
You know that had to be just a flash of absolute error for him.
100%. I don't care if you're getting. I don't care if you're getting hit in the ankle or in the head. I mean, a line drive back at you is just going to create PTSD.
Well, especially after the fractured skull incident, have one come back at you that fast.
He was out for he was out for most of the year. For most of the year, I think he didn't come back until again that injury happened. I want to say it was in April or May. Mm-hmm. He didn't come back until September. Like that was like the last couple of weeks of the season. So, yeah, I agree. Wild. He definitely needs to wear something. Wear hockey gear, wear like one of the military person that you see, like just like wear one of those helmets, wear a bulletproof chest. I don't know. Feel bad for the guy, man.
Pitcher's gear on him.
He's a ball magnet, yes. I feel like that's who I was in softball. Like I don't know why. I got hit multiple times with a softball. I got hit in the face on a line drive. And then that was miserable. And it just some people are like that. I don't know why. Kelsey Winger, Rockies broadcaster. I think she's gotten hit in the head on line drives, foul balls into the box down the right next to the dugout. I think she's been hit at least twice already in her career. I'm like, man, I feel bad for her. It's just
I remember that happening in Atlanta.
Yeah, she got hit in Atlanta, and that was scary. I think she had to get surgery or at least stitches. I think she got hit one time against as a Rockies reporter, but fortunately just stitches. But yeah, it's just like, man. Now you just need, you hope for her safety, but it's just like, man, it's a dangerous sport.
She's not down there a whole lot anymore.
No, and understandably so. Understandably so. At this point, it's just like wear a batting helmet, act like you're one of the players, But yeah.
Or maybe they need to get her like one of those first third base helmets for the coach.
Yeah.
Right.
Get a batter's glove and a batter's guard on your elbow. And then just if you want to grab a glove too, why not? Yeah.
I'm getting flashbacks I'm getting flashbacks of when Evan Longoria just snaked one out of the air.
Oh yeah. Somebody said that was fake though. Somebody said that was fake.
There was somebody who did an edit breakdown. I can't find it, but still, regardless, it was cool-ish.
It was cool. I'm like, I mean, he could definitely do it. I'm sure he could do it, but I think somebody said it was actually proven fake. So But that's still cool. I remember I'm like, imagine, because if that hits that reporter, she's gone. She's gone. Like, that's back of the head stuff. Like, I mean, Feldner got hit in the back of the head too, right? I mean, if you look at the video, Feldner turned around. I got him in the side or the back.
The side.
Side,
because
yeah.
I think he ruptured his eardrum too.
Oof. I mean, can you imagine that ruins your hearing too? That's just brutal. But yeah, I mean, I remember right after. Well, this was, I want to say, I forget who it was that got hit in the head. This was not a Rocky, but I remember somebody got hit in the head, and baseball was starting to do that, like the weird hat thing where they were thinking about putting a larger. It looks so silly. It just like
the guardian cap.
Yeah, it was a guardian cap for baseball. I'm like, that looks so silly. Like, just like, can you find another way, or just like, it's so, you don't want to happen, but it's like rare though. It doesn't really happen a whole lot. Like, but it was a silly idea.
Remember when, who was it? Kevin Pillar got nailed in the face when he was with the Mets and came back like a week later, and his face was just disgusting, but he was right back at the plate. I was like, whoa.
And then James McCann more recently.
He had a swollen orbital bone. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, James McCann, it was a couple years ago with the Orioles, got hit like square right in the face, and you could see he had like bandages all over his face, and I'm like, dude, like he had blood all over his face, and he was that bad. I'm like, dude, mad respect, but I just can't handle the side of that. It's just like, dude, I remember, and then he was catching too. He remained in the game as a catcher, and I'm like, bro, I couldn't think straight.
That's a catcher for you.
No, if that ball came back and caught you in the mask. Oh.
I'm surprised I mean, he could have lost a tooth, but I don't know. It's just.
Oh, did you guys see? Let's talk about something before. I wanted to talk about the pizza donuts.
Pizza donuts. I was thinking about getting one tomorrow. I'm thinking about getting one tomorrow. So Wild, you read my thoughts. Yeah.
Did you guys see where they have come out and said that the ABS is set too far back on the plate and has miscalculated hundreds of pitches already?
I think I saw that tweet. Was it Codify that tweeted it? Or was that tweet?
I can't remember. They talked about it on. It's a guy that I can't stand was talking about it because he was like, C.B. Buckner should sue the MLB. And I was like, shut up. C.B. Buckner is terrible.
He's been terrible for his entire career.
Yeah.
He got like 5 straight calls wrong. Like this past week got 5 straight calls wrong.
It's like, they miscalculated 2 or 3 pitches. Like, how many has he called that were a foot off the plate? Like, that's a terrible example to use as C.B. Buckner. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, nice. That's lovely. Everybody's been. I think it's kind of exciting. It's been kind of fun to watch the crowd go absolutely.
Says hearing the ABS thing was an April Fool's.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so because I saw that and I was like, oh god. Well, now let's go back to the pizza donuts because I am excited about that.
I'm hungry now because of the here's the thing. I like whenever I go to Rockies game, I think the only thing I've ever gone there, again, I've been there like 13 times in my life. Every time it's been either a hot dog or a hamburger from the Hilton Burger, which is, again, fantastic burger. One of the best burgers I've ever had. Their shakes are phenomenal. Fries are whatever. I think they have curly fries too. Not too bad. I haven't tried them. I've heard they're not too bad. Again, I never tried them. But I've always wanted to try a smash burger, or one thing I am considering. I know it's a lot of food. The Glazilla dog.
I was getting ready to say.
I think it's like 2 pounds. No, 2 feet and 1 pound.
2 feet, a pound. They had a mini bat next to it when they posted it today, and it's bigger than the mini bat.
Well, did I see mac and cheese on the hot dog, or am I looking at that incorrectly?
I saw that on the first picture they posted, but the one that they did the video of today was just ketchup.
Maybe it's optional. Maybe it's optional. For me, I just like a plain hot dog. If they can do it plain, I will definitely take the Glazilla dog. I'll just do just nothing on it, just ketchup. Maybe some.
I want to see somebody do the 999 challenge with Glazillas instead of the little mini hot dogs.
Yeah,
Did you see what that actually is? Like, it's not even.
It's like tacos, right? Isn't it a taco?
It's mini hot dogs.
Yeah, mini tacos.
And 1 tall boy that you split into 9 mini glasses. Like, that's not the 999. Don't call it.
I was about to bring that up. I'm looking at it right now. I do it. I give it a shot. I'd fast the whole day and then I give it a shot.
Listen, I probably won't be eating breakfast tomorrow because I have some errands to run, and I got to get ready to post tomorrow's stuff, the lineup and everything. But I'm tempted to try the Glazilla dog. I'm
Glazilla.
I like that looks so. Obviously I'm a big hot dog fanatic. So I'm like, I might try that. Again, it might take me a couple hours, take me the entire game to eat it. and I might be on the toilet for a while tonight or tomorrow night, I should say. But hey, let's try the Glazilla dog, man. And then Wild
Here.
says the new cheesesteak stand. That sounds phenomenal. I've never had cheesesteak. I might try that.
If you haven't checked
here's
it out,
all
I
the
recommend
new
everybody-
here's all the new ballpark eats for you. So there's the
Okay.
Glazilla, there's the pizza donuts,
Mhm.
there is a taco Mamalona, I guess.
Mhm.
I wasn't a big fan.
That
I looked at that.
has-
I'm like, nah, I'm not. I mean, I like tacos, but
that
it's
thing
just,
is huge.
yeah, I'm not doing that.
The Dubai cinnamon roll,
I think I saw that. I was like, I like cinnamon
chocolate,
rolls.
vanilla ice cream, pistachios, caramel puff cereal, and whatever
I don't
that
like
other
caramel.
word is.
I don't like caramel, so
The-
no, that'd be no.
The pizza donuts, and then the boozy ice cream.
Oh
that
yeah,
is
Tom
available
put
up
that
on the
on the
rooftop.
comments. Yeah, he said I want the boozy ice cream.
That
But I
might
think you have
my
to be at least
birthday treat
18 to
for
have that.
myself. 21.
Oh, 21?
be
I thought it was
21.
18. Okay. So it's okay, 21. Interesting.
The
So-
Rockies put out a very interesting on their X account about the Glazilla. It's a pretty interesting one. It's spotted the Glazilla.
Mhm.
Fishy, I think I have had the Rocky dog, I think before, because again, like they have I think the Rocky dog is everywhere across the stadium, if I'm not mistaken. Like almost anywhere, like they had the Rocky dog. So I've had the Rocky dog. I think that's what I'm talking about. Like I've either gotten either the Rocky dog or the Heltenberger. Again, both phenomenal. But I just like this year, I want to like try something different. Like obviously, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be. Unfortunately, again, I want to find time to bring my microphone like I did last year and report like from the stadium. But I think I might still do that just without the mic. But I might like take a walk tomorrow. Again, I feel like tomorrow's game will be a lot more fun, more competitive than it was last year. Last year would have been a great time to do it because I would be moving, not as cold. But I want to have fun tomorrow. Definitely maybe get some merch because apparently there's some really cool City Connect merch that's going to be in the store. I don't know if you saw Kelsey Wingert's story, like, but she was on an airplane and she was wearing a really sick City Connect hoodie, and it's like brand new. And I'm like, dang, I want to get that hoodie. So I'm like, I'm curious to see what they're gonna have tomorrow. But
so
yeah.
Here's the real quick. I just want to say, here's the 999 challenge. So it's drink 9 flight-size beers, 9 mini hot
All right, I
dogs,
can't
and
do
you
that.
finish
No.
before the 9th inning ends.
Somebody's gonna get in
the-
trouble for doing that tomorrow. I
The
feel
9 flight size beers is one tall boy.
crazy. Yeah,
And
that's crazy. Yeah,
for me, like
no.
at Coors Field, if I'm going, which I don't go to drink, I have one beer every time I go most of the time. The first time I had been in a couple of years, I made the mistake of having 3 tall boys, and that was because I'm drinking at elevation when I am much lower where I live. That it was the 4th thing, and I was like, I think we need to stop right now. Like we're done drinking.
There's a line that you cannot go past.
And
yeah.
that challenge is going to be a lot different depending on where you're at. Because if you're at somewhere significantly lower in elevation, that one tall boy is not even enough for a buzz. If you're in Denver, depending on who you are, that could take care of it. But still, a true 999, which the Amarillo Sob Poodles have 9 full-size hot dogs, 9 full-size beers. Theirs is $90 though.
That's crazy. But hey, minor league baseball, they have some of the best food that Major League Baseball does. But also, again, we talked about it, the best jerseys, like the best colors and everything.
Some of the best food I've ever had at a ballpark was in Albuquerque, but my goodness, was it expensive. Like in Denver, I stick to the 505 stand and get a burrito every time, steak and chicken.
Oh yeah, there's that place in left field, the tornado thing, whatever it's called.
Mhm.
I've never tried that. Apparently, I've heard it's really solid. But again, the lines, that's what I'm concerned about. And I think Wild says here in the comments, get in early if you want to do all these things. The lines are going to get long. Yeah, and see, that's the thing, because again, guys, tomorrow is going to be a much better weather day. And because last year, again, I thought the crowd last year was actually pretty decent considering the weather. But since the weather is actually going to be quite decent tomorrow, yeah, it's going to be a little bit chilly. But I feel like we've had a lot colder opening days and much more worse. So tomorrow's going to be crazy in Denver. So yeah, Wild, agree with you. Again, for those who are listening or watching this, again, probably the audio version won't come out until like tomorrow morning when we're already getting down there. But if you're listening to this, getting ready to go on the way to the ballpark in the morning, hey, get there early. I'll probably be leaving here around 10:30. We'll see. I think that's roughly where I went last year. I know some people are leaving here at like 8, like here in Loveland where I live, around 8 or 9. So again, traffic is going to be busy, but I'm so excited tomorrow. Again, I think Wild says the gates open at noon tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, probably definitely want to leave here by 10:30, especially if you live at like an hour away, just to be safe. And then you have to walk from the parking lot to the gates. So I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. I like opening day. You can't beat it, especially in Denver. Like last year, again, it was different. It was weird because it was just so bad. It was a bad weather day, cold. Nobody really wanted to be there. But now it's just like there's excitement, beautiful weather, baseball back. I think we're going to have a busy full day in Coors Field tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Wild also says there's a new bird call chicken stand near section 204. And I need to check that out. Like there's going to be a lot of places to check out, but for sure, I think if I'm going to do one thing, Sarah and Tom, I think it's going to be the Glazilla dog. I'll report back to you. I might even post that on our socials. So again, follow us at Rockies Now, and I'll report if I die. You know, I'll just I won't be there obviously. So you know, somebody will have to take over. So and hopefully I die a happy man of the Rockies. Beat the Phillies like 50
Rockies
to nothing.
win, trying to choke down that last bite.
Or the Rockies choke, I choke. You know, so Wild says you
Don't
can see
be
the puck
taking a
from the windows.
bite while the Rockies are batting. Like you just Steven goes
like,
to take a bite of the
oh
hot
my
dog.
gosh.
Ricky Moniak hits a bomb. It's just
I just
bad.
collapse. I just collapse. Yeah, and I am sitting up in the like near the purple seats area. So,
that's going to
Yeah.
be rough because when you get up there, the wind is so much worse.
that's what I'm afraid of because tomorrow the wind reporting again. I see on my app it doesn't say like that bad. It's like 15 to 20 miles per hour, but they're saying wind gusts of 30 to 40. I'm like, oh, great.
Up there, that's going to feel like a lot more.
However, I want to say we might be a little bit lower than we were last year. Last year we were like at the purple like seats. I think we might be a little bit below that. I think, but we're still going to be like the top section, but like near the like first couple rows at the bottom. Again, I'll have to double check, but I just hope tomorrow is not one of those days to where our fielders can't catch anything and they just like blooper and we make so many errors. That's what I'm afraid of tomorrow. But again, I want to say a couple years ago we had that one game where I think it was the opening series too against the Rays. It was cold and windy, and like hopefully we don't have a day like that tomorrow. But we'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Again, I think that's going to do it. Again, Wild, Tom, Fishy, anybody else? We got Grant as well, Uncle Ted. Thank you, everybody, for coming on in tonight and talking some Rockies baseball, talking some food. I'm already hungry already for tomorrow. Jonathan as well. Thank you to Jonathan. Again, if you have any questions, just let us know over here at Rockies Now. Follow us on our socials. Our socials are right below our names here. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter. But follow us at Rockies Now. Again, we just recently passed over 6,300 on Instagram. We're growing quickly over there. Again, I was just telling Tom and Sarah, we're over at 210 on YouTube. So we're growing over there as well. But yeah, we got opening day tomorrow. That's going to be fun. Again, stay tuned to our socials where we might be having some fun stuff coming out this weekend. Again, Sarah's going to Saturday's game. We'll see if hopefully the Rockies get a win there as well. And some good luck because we're going to need it. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming on in tonight's pod. Looks like we have almost 80 people in here. So thank you all so much for watching and listening to this edition of the Rockies Now podcast. That will do it. As always, go Rockies.